Hello.
And welcome
Hello.
to Everyone Sucks Here. We're your hosts. Fuck!
Oh.
So, take two. That was...
Just
We tried to do a cool little, new intro, but then... Is she locked in the bedroom, or is she just
I don't know. She's doing whatever Minda does.
Fuck. So basically, okay, hi, Everyone Sucks Here. This is the real intro now.
Jesus Christ.
Third one. Forewarning, this is the Minisode, but that's not the forewarning. The warning is that we have a dog barking, and also, they're doing construction next door, so you might hear some banging. We can't help that.
Not the good kind either.
Yeah, not the
Right.
good kind of banging. They're hammering nails and wood and ripping up carpet. If it gets picked up on the mic, sorry, we can't do anything about that. We're still all working from home right now, so... And we don't have a studio, even if we were
Not only we're working from home, we're also 6,000 miles apart from each other. So
Yeah.
tough shit.
We've
the
been
magic of the internet. It sounds like we're right next to each other.
we've been trying to get Sushie to move out here, but she keeps being difficult, and
Yeah. And just continue
not
living my life.
when there's so many things that could be done out here. You know how many people out here have weird names that you just be fucking, oh man, that's like a dream hunk or whatever, because their name's Spangle.
Spanglemeyer? Oh, God.
I don't know. I feel like you date people with weird names, oh, that's Clorence.
I don't know
dated
what...
a Clarence once.
I don't
know.
know what's happening.
Is
You're losing your fucking mind.
Is Clorence? Is that a
don't-
male or a female name?
I don't
What is
think
that?
Clarence is a name. I think you
It sounds
just...
like a cleaning product.
I think you just made a bunch of mouth sounds and went
Yeah.
with it.
He had a stroke, and we witnessed it on the podcast.
Yeah.
He has been doing a lot.
You smell toast, AJ.
I've been doing a lot.
He has been doing a lot. He redid my entire setup so that the dogs would stop pulling all the wires. And then magically Koji got stuck in one.
Oh my god.
Again?
I don't know how.
No.
It was the only possible wire he could get stuck in, which is the mouse. It was the only one that I can't.
And then he
can't.
found it.
He found it. He found it.
We're literally sitting here. We're on the side of the desk, right? And then we see the mouse, and it just
Take
starts
off.
scooting away from us. It's pulling towards the other
ghost.
side, and we're like, "What's happening?" And then I look down there, and he's just standing there, "Hey," and he's it's wrapped around them. I'm like, "What the? How, dog?"
He's like, I
It's
don't know.
Murphy's Law for a reason, you know?
And I have a good wireless mouse that I could try, or she could try on her computer over here. I can't find the fucking teeny tiny thing for it, because apparently I was stupid and took it out of my computer at some point, and now I can't ever find it. So I have no idea. That's a thing. But it's a minisode. It's Sam's minisode.
Yeah.
We're your hosts, Sam, Sushie, and AJ. I said, there might be some banging. We can't really help it. It's whatever. We are doing some changes, but I guess we'll just talk about that next
whatever.
episode. But yeah, just
Look,
man, she is all about that. I think she's barking at the people that are doing construction next door, is my guess. So we might have some Midna in here too.
She better get a story.
I know.
It is.
Does Midna have a story?
You gotta go troll on Reddit.
Am I the asshole for barking at the Amazon delivery driver at 8 a.m. this morning?
Right?
Bork.
Am I the asshole for letting my humans know that there are people outside? There are people outside.
people!
They are outside.
Hey, man, there's people.
Good Lord. God, this dog. And, Koji used to bark when people would knock on the door. He just lets Minda do it now. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
She's doing enough. She's doing enough for everybody right now.
Oh, my God.
Oh, is she being adorable? Oh, no. Is she looking out the window?
She's pretty cute, so I feel like I could never discipline Midna.
God.
I would be a terrible dog aunt.
So-
I would just let her do whatever the fuck she wants.
So she realized that Koji was getting way more attention than he deserved this week. And so she has literally been craving attention. She will literally sit on the floor and like roll on her back and be like, look how adorable I'm being, as she screams. And like,
I would fall for that shit.
And she's like crawling up into our laps and like just wrapping around. Like she's very like just she's attention heavy right now.
Yeah. I mean, I dig it.
I mean, same, right?
Yeah. It's so funny. Like, Koji's sick, and she's like, fuck him, I don't care.
Pretty much.
So I thought it would be, like, so she's sitting vigilant, looking out the window.
Okay.
And I thought maybe
ever vigilant,
just sitting like super straight up, looking out the window. I thought maybe it'd be better since she was already looking out, because like all she could see was little bits of movement. So I opened the blinds, thinking that might help. And then dude came out carrying a big piece of carpet. It did not help. That's what that other bark was just now. She's like, oh, I can see you more clearly now. I thought
it's on.
Yeah. I thought maybe she's like barking at shadows, and that's why, But so I closed them again, even though now she looks disappointed that I closed the blinds because she can't look out the window anymore. But whatever. So yeah. Do you want to jump into your stories?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
it'd be helpful if they were up.
Yeah, everything's a mess right now.
I know.
I don't know where yours is, since
it is
unprepared on Beyonce's internet.
That one.
Oh,
there it is. And then my relationship got removed, so I'm gonna have to.
Oh, dude,
it's right there.
That
yeah.
One. Oh, you had to screenshot it.
I had to scrap it.
Oh, you got multi-picture here.
Well, yeah, because it's not long, but my phone isn't cool like yours.
It doesn't do the long shot.
Yeah, so I use the app, and my phone won't take a full page screenshot unless I'm on the browser, which is really dumb.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Okay, so welcome to my episode.
It's the Samisode.
Oh, no. No, that sounds like a disease. I don't like it. Okay.
Got a bad case of Samisode.
Okay. Am I the asshole for checking my blood sugar at my desk when my coworker has a severe blood phobia?
Excuse me?
I, 24 male, enjoy my job and have two coworkers, Megan, 25 female, and our new coworker, James, 23 male, who just started. The three of us each have our own office space, but because we have to frequently collaborate on work throughout the day, we are often at each other's desks. I am a type 1 diabetic. I give insulin and check my blood sugar throughout the day as needed. I give insulin through a pump, so that's not an issue. Checking my blood sugar involves pricking my finger to draw a drop of blood. The blood gets sucked up into a test strip that is connected to a glucose meter, and the meter displays the reading. The whole process takes like 10 seconds. I was checking my blood sugar in my office right when James walked over. Immediately, his face went white. He looked like he was about to puke or faint, or maybe both. I was like, dude, are you okay? He told me that he has a major blood and needle phobia and gets therapy for it. I explained what I was doing, why it was necessary, and he said it's, quote, freaky that I have to make myself bleed multiple times a day. He told me he never wants to accidentally walk in on me checking my blood sugar again because he could pass out. I said that if I'm checking my blood sugar and hear him coming over, I can call it a warning, like, give me a second. He said that won't work. Just knowing that I'm doing that just before he comes over is enough to freak him out, and that he would be stressed that I might not hear him walking over. He told me I should check it in the bathroom from now on. I told him that I don't think I should have to do that and it's unsanitary. He said another option was if I only check my blood sugar at certain times, say 9 a.m., 12 p.m. before eating lunch, and 4 p.m. That way he'd know when to avoid me. I said these things can't always be predicted. I'll need to check it if I feel my blood sugar going high or low. He said he understands that I have diabetes, but he also has a special need, his blood phobia, that needs to be accommodated, and that he doesn't want to have to avoid me at work and only talk to Megan for fear he might see me checking again. He said he'll talk to HR about this and that he'll tell them that I refuse to compromise with him. That was last Thursday before the holidays. Tomorrow, I'm thinking of going to talk to HR before James does. But first, I need to know that I'm in the right here. So, am I the asshole for not being more accommodating of James' blood needle phobia and checking my blood sugar as needed at my desk? Edit. To clarify something, James cannot see me test my blood sugar unless he is literally standing in my doorway. It's not a communal style workplace. I do not test in common areas, only in my office.
So,
is there a door? Because don't just walk into my fucking office then.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Point blank period. Why you just walk? Why you busted in like Kramer?
I've got so many thoughts about this.
So many.
First, I hate the name James. Just throwing that out there. I don't trust anyone named James. So
really? Okay.
But
you have a James phobia?
Got a James phobia. Can't handle it. Next time you read a story with a James in it, I need you to warn me because that's a little freaky.
Not gonna do that.
But okay. So anyway, the biggest issue here is obviously this person is diabetic. If they don't fucking check their blood sugar, they could literally die.
Mm-hmm.
Like your stupid phobia is a stupid phobia. And I'm sorry if that sounds like, I guess not sympathetic enough, but like, I don't really have much sympathy for phobias because they can be cured. Like, all phobias are pretty irrational things. You know, like people who have it's usually like even like things like arachnophobia. Oh, you're afraid of spiders. Okay, that sucks. But like, it's a thing it can be cured. But instead, we have kind of like really normalized just avoiding the problem altogether. And it's like that's how you end up with situations like this. You got a fucking blood phobia, phobia of needles, whatever. Okay, that's your problem to get over. This dude's diabetic.
Right.
Also, not only that, but James, you're new.
Yeah, you're also new.
This isn't going to go well for you. It's not. Yeah. You're brand new to the office, and this person has been working there for a few, like way longer than you, and this isn't going to work out for you. It's not. It's just not. If HR takes this seriously,
they're going to be like, huh?
Right? No, it is. It's very ableist. Like, can't you do that in the bathroom? Ableist. No, I can't fucking prick my finger in the bathroom. That's unsanitary.
Like, by that same logic, can't you just close your eyes when you come to my office? Oh, even if I know you're doing it, but then if you see me go to the bathroom, wouldn't you know that I'm doing it in there too? And your fucking logic doesn't make sense, James.
By that logic, you could literally just be thinking about me testing my blood sugar all the time when you're outside my office.
I
could be doing it at any moment. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's an issue that you have this problem and that you could pass out because I've seen people pass out at the sight of blood or when they get their blood drawn. And it's like, but like, dude, this guy could die if he doesn't check his blood sugar.
And
diabetes is a little bit more serious than your irrational fear of blood, which you have already acknowledged is an irrational fear.
And on
you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, whatever. It's not your cup of tea. I'll respect that, but telling someone what they can and cannot do in the privacy of their own office with the door closed is like, if it's not like a communal situation, this guy can get fuck right off.
Yeah.
This is similar to like telling women to go fucking breastfeed in the bathroom. You know, like, it's like, bathrooms are used for using the bathroom. Like, they're not used to fucking put a boob in a mouth and bleed yourself. Like, you know, like.
God.
Yeah, it's like.
No, I mean, it's. I get it. Yeah.
It's just so fucking stupid, and I like I don't know.
I hate when people like, this thing bothers me. Here's your option. What do you mean? Here's my option.
Right, you're bothered by it. Your option is don't come to my office. Then great. This works out for both of us.
Yeah.
Don't come around me.
Yeah.
I think that's why like I kind of get a little irrationally angry with like people who have phobias because like. Every person I know who has a phobia of any sort, it's always the dumbest fucking thing, and they're really sure to let me know all about it, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't fucking care about and look out for every little thing for you. I fucking can't, and I don't want to. Like, you're choosing to not do anything about this instead of like you fixing it. You want me to alter my life around it, and I don't care. Like, fix your fucking phobia. Go get some help. Like, you can get over this.
Right.
It's a fucking irrational phobia. This isn't like...
I mean, I will say...
I can, like, understand it to a certain degree, but I think in this particular situation, he's out of line. He's out of pocket.
Yeah.
I will say that, like, it is one of those things, like, that... Assuming, you know, he specifically chose not a medical field, right? You know, he didn't expect to see blood at work, which is a thing, but this is something that could literally kill you if you're diabetic. This won't kill him. He'll pass out. Okay, that sucks. but like, so stupid.
He has to do it.
He has to do it.
Can we please?
And he's doing it in his own office. He's not like, walking over to your cubicle and be like, "Hey, Jim. Oh, sorry, just gotta do this thing real quick." Like, you walked into his office. I can't.
So also, like, the whole thing with just like, I'm going to go to HR for this. Like, dude, like, what do you think? What do you want this person to do? Like, can we please just educate people a little bit more about like common things like diabetes and shit like that? Because I feel like that's so freaky. You have to poke yourself. You're a 23-year-old man, and you're literally like basically making fun of this diabetic.
Yeah,
like.
The whole story is ableist.
Yeah, like like it's one of those things. Like, can we please just educate people a little bit more about this kind of stuff? Like, because then if you knew like anything about diabetes, you would understand that. Hey, you don't just schedule a time for when you check your blood. That's not how it works. It's not on the clock. Like, I'm late for my blood scheduling. Like,
if this dude actually goes to, which I think the OP should go to HR, because you're right, this is ableist, and you can't fucking just speak to me like that at work when I have to check things like this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, this is my actual like life. My lifeline here is being able to check all of this right now because I feel a certain way. I feel it too high or I feel it too low. Mm-hmm. That's you can't just say that to someone at work. You can't.
And imagine the OP like already knows that OP doesn't want to do this several times a day. No one wants volunteering
to do
for this, right?
Yeah.
And already acknowledges the fact that there are people who are squeamish about needles and blood and whatever, and it's already taking precautions to do it in their office while no one's watching. And then this person says that they could be thinking about it. Just, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, I wish you would go to HR. I wish you would.
And that's the thing is, like, this is the type of person who's never going to be satisfied in because then they're like, oh, every time he goes to the bathroom, he's pricking his finger. You know what I mean? Like, there will be no satisfying this at all whatsoever.
Right.
Because they've already
fire escape? Like,
exactly.
I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the comments. There actually is one person that says like, "You're the asshole here," which I thought. Yeah, they say, which they have it's been downvoted 193 times. So that's probably why Jimmy meant to find it. But it says, "You're the asshole here. I know I'm going against everyone, but he has a blood phobia. He's not working in a hospital or something. He chose to work in an office, and it's reasonable expectation that he wouldn't encounter blood." And it's like, okay, again. This person is diabetic. This isn't like This isn't
he didn't choose this life.
Yeah, it's not like suddenly like, oh, he chose to not work in a hospital, and you're over here doing open heart surgery on his desk. How, like that's not what this is. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like,
should the OP work in a hospital because they're diabetic?
Also, have you met a diabetic? When they prick their finger, it is like a drop. You can't see it. You're not,
it's such a non-issue.
Unless you're looking over their shoulder and you're trying to see that drop of blood, you will never see that drop of blood.
Yep.
It's so small. It's like in this little machine. They just like they can have a whole conversation and do it at the same time. Yep. It's like so tiny. As a matter of fact, it's so tiny and like discreet that I feel like if the OP didn't tell them explicitly, they probably would never have noticed.
Exactly. No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? It's such a small little device with a tiny little piece of paper.
So I think not the asshole. I think the OP should probably go to HR first. But I mean, by this time they probably already have or whatever the fuck. But like, again, also, I do take issue with anybody who goes to HR and could anyway, fuck with my job over a petty thing like this.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's like, yo, you want to fucking put a target on me because like the moment you go to HR, now you have something about you in HR. It's in a file. It's like even if it's not a negative thing. You have some. Oh well, someone went to HR about you before. Yep. Yeah, but that was about this.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you're already.
It's never a good thing.
It's never a good thing. Stop going to HR and fucking with people's lives, like and their livelihoods. Like,
well, he's young, so he probably doesn't realize that HR is not for the employees yet.
Yeah. I know.
He's being so young, he probably thinks that HR is for them, which you have to. I feel like you have to learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, not the asshole. No.
No, I don't think he's the asshole. I don't think he's the asshole at all.
All right. Ow. God. I hit my knee on the desk. Okay.
Well, if you didn't sit like a gremlin, you wouldn't hit your knee on the desk.
If I wasn't on this tiny stool, I could fucking sit more comfortably.
All right, so donation goal for chair for AJ.
Right?
Dear Patreon subscribers that we don't have yet, we need an extra chair for AJ because
he's literally crouched like a demon
on a stool that doesn't rotate.
Who looks like a gargoyle.
It's a wooden stool.
All right, so I got some misconnections here. Went all the way to London this time.
Wow. In a pandemic?
In a pandemic. I ran all the way over there. I ran all the way over there. It's titled Portobello Road Bearded Guy.
It's in Nottingham.
Dear the cute guy with a beard and beige trench coat queuing outside grocery store in Portobello. I was waiting opposite drinking iced tea in a black jacket tonight, Monday, 6 p.m. I liked how you kept looking over. I was hoping you'd speak when you came out, seemingly empty-handed. Jasmine. Dear bearded guy in a beige trench coat.
How do you...
Don't speak to me because you're wearing a trench coat.
And you're bearded.
Yeah. All of that sounded like not a good time for me, but that just shows you different strokes for different folks.
That just shows you the cultural difference between Europeans and Americans, right? Like, we see a trench coat, we run. They see a trench coat, they fawn, you know?
Yeah.
God. I know, right? They're like, oh, trench coat, he's got money. We see trench coat, we're like, oh, fuck, he went to Hot Topic, he's going to shoot up the school.
What's he hiding?
Isn't it? It's weird, isn't it? Like a European trench coat means they got money, but an American trench coat means they're either
they got guns,
creepy, or they got a gun.
Or he's naked under there.
Or he's naked, yeah.
I instantly think of school shooter. Instantly.
Yeah. I think of like flasher or school shooter.
I think of a large fedora wearing man.
That's because most of the time they're wearing a fedora with the trench coat.
Right. Or he's like selling fake Rolexes, you know.
With his penis out.
He's like
a twofer. He's like, I'm a flasher and I sell Rolexes.
You gotta put those Rolexes somewhere. Where do you think he keeps them on?
Oh, God.
That's like...
It's a really tiny Rolex.
He only has two arms. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, God. I hate it.
Yeah,
okay, so my relationship got removed, but I grabbed it. It's fine. I'm here. Where's the... Just click over? Okay. My coworker is getting too comfortable with me. Now, and I kind of understand why they removed it.
They won't stop licking my cheek.
Okay.
What?
So my 24 female coworker, 30 male, is making me uncomfortable. Red flag. That's it. Like, that's the whole story right there.
Like, okay. I understand.
He's worked with us about 8 months now and tends to try and keep me after my shift 15 to 30 minutes later than I need to be. It was pretty lighthearted at first. We chatted about some mutual interests, but it kept happening. I have a life after work, a home to get to, and it's all just small talk. Once I started telling him that, he started making all the conversations work-related or work-adjacent. He works the following shift and now spends time asking questions that are in the work notes and that I've already explained. So basically, she's leaving work, he's coming in, and he's holding her up from leaving because he's asking a bunch of fucking questions. It didn't take long for me to tell him I have to leave and just stop cooperating with him. But then he started calling me after work as well. He called me when my husband and I were heading out to a friend's with a work question. I put him on speaker, which I told him since I was driving. He talked about nonsense for 7 minutes and then said he loved me and hung up. I could chalk that up to just odd considering I've accidentally ended a call saying love you to customer service agents and the like, but it didn't sit right with me. Another recent, small but uncomfortable situation occurred when he called the office while I was working. A different coworker answered. The guy said he had something to tell me, and my coworker said he could pass the message along. He said he needed to speak to me, so he transferred the call, and the message was really just to prep some paperwork for a client in the morning. Then he tried to segue into another conversation topic. I just hung up. On the flip side, he has days where all he does is criticize what I haven't accomplished during my shift. In the Vegas terms, I deal with a lot of in-person clients all day long, more than he does on his later shift, and he has more time to complete tasks around the office with less person-to-person interaction. I came to the conclusion a while ago that he will say anything to get a response, positive, negative, neutral, whatever. I've told him politely to stop, and I've told him bluntly to fuck off. I don't know what to do or how to feel. I feel like I'm going crazy because his behavior is making me feel really weird, but nothing on its own sticks out as far as I can tell. I'm just uncomfortable around him, but there's no law against being creepy. I don't know if I'm asking for advice or just getting this off my chest. And my husband, love him as I do, is not necessarily an unbiased party. He knows everything I've mentioned here, but I wanted to see what other people thought. Okay, right off the bat. I feel for this woman right now because the fact that she goes, I don't know what to do because there's no law against creepy, but my gut instinct is that I don't like his behavior. Everything's a red flag. I just don't like being around him. And now he's stuck on calling me all the fucking time and speaking to me because he wants a reaction from me.
Block his number for one.
You work with him.
I'd still block his number. Just because you work with somebody doesn't mean they're entitled to your personal phone number.
That's true.
That's not how that works.
That's very true. That's very true. But it's definitely what do you do? What do you do? What do you do, Sushie?
I don't know because first of all, I'm never nice to people, so.
Well, also and the thing is, you can't even file a restraining order against somebody unless they've already done something against you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is so.
I 100% would stop answering the phone after work hours.
For sure.
I would not.
Yeah.
I would not answer the phone after work hours. The fact that he isn't even on the clock yet and he's calling in and wants to specifically speak to her, that's not because he knows she's going to do a good job and that like blah blah blah. That is literally. I just want to speak to her. I only want to speak to her.
This is the kind of thing that one, I would block the number, but two, this is actually one of the rare exceptions where I probably would go to HR and be like, listen.
Feel like he's harassing.
He's harassing me constantly and he's been calling me nonstop. I can literally show you the call logs. I can show you how much this dude's called me. He calls me and this is an actual thing where I would go to HR for.
She's even said that she's asked him to stop. And I've told him bluntly to fuck off.
She needs to go to HR. She needs to go to somebody else, and she needs to go to HR because, like that, if he's not listening to her, I mean, who knows?
He's definitely not listening to her. He doesn't care about that. He literally took their mutual interest and he ran with it. He literally ran with it. He took the smallest thing and he ran with this shit. Most of the comments are literally like, you're definitely in the right here for feeling that way because these are all red flags. These are all red flags. Your gut is telling you that these are all red flags, Well,
if you're telling someone to literally fuck off and they won't, like something weird is going on there,
I'm trying to look him up, or not him. I'm trying to look up
on his Facebook profile.
I'm trying to look up the OP and see if there's any more things
like updates.
Yeah, updates. Yeah.
I feel bad, but I'm also like older, not like older, like elderly, but like
this is.
Oh, is there an update?
So someone commented and said, if it's such a small office, there is a good chance others have noticed his behavior. And that's the thing, too, is if you can convince other people to speak out, too, then that will...
keep an eye on that?
Well, not only keep an eye on it, but if there is an HR she can go to and have others back her up and say, yes, this is way out of line, then she'll have a better chance. Too.
Right.
Like, yeah, that always trust your gut. Yeah, that's a big fucking thing too.
You have to. I cannot express how much you just have to trust your gut on things. You have to. You have to stay safe. When your gut says this isn't right and this is uncomfortable, you have to listen to it. You have to. Even if your brain is like, this is your brain's making up excuses, you need to get yourself out of that situation. You just have to. You have to. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what's really annoying, though? Like, say they do go to HR. HR doesn't care about people. They just care about lawsuits and keeping the company safe. They're going to say that they do take it seriously. All they're going to do is going to make like a fraternization rule.
Right.
And not
deal with the situation.
With
the actual situation. So no one can hang out ever.
But that sounds great to me. I don't want to fraternize anybody.
Don't call me.
Sure.
Don't call me.
Right. We're not talk to your coworkers people, right? But some people are.
Yeah, that's also a thing where, like, it sounds like a lot of the time when he's calling, it literally could have been an email.
Yeah.
Like, oh, prepare these papers for in the morning. Oh, okay. Why didn't you email about it?
Right. Yeah. You don't need to call me for that. I'm
off the
heating up my
clock.
dinner.
Or is there absolutely any way that the two of you could not have a overlapping schedule? Like, maybe you can come in 30 minutes earlier, and then that means you get to leave 30 minutes earlier, and you don't even fucking see his ass.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's definitely solutions, but it's definitely going to involve getting other people involved. Like,
right.
Because if just telling this person to fuck off isn't working, then you need to step up and say, like, hey, listen, look at this. Yeah. And show HR how many times he's called you. Show them, like, everything that you have, everything you laid out in this post, basically. Because this is too much. Also, fucking just block the dude's number. Like, don't. This is akin to, like, people who get weird about blocking people on Twitter. Dude, it's your time, it's your life, it's your fucking phone, it's your account, whatever. You can block whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah. They don't win because you blocked them. You're just not wasting your fucking time with them anymore. Just be done with it. Block his number.
I do like what this one poster said. The book, The Gift of Fear, is amazingly helpful at explaining how our subconscious picks up on things even when we are trying to rationalize those feelings away. If you feel unsafe to the point that you're posting on Reddit, your gut already knows there's something off about your coworker. It would be one thing if you were posting, what should I do about my annoying but harmless coworker? But you've clearly said that you are uncomfortable, something that isn't right. I'm not saying he's dangerous, but you were picking up something that you haven't been able to put to words yet. And that's the thing is, that's why you should always trust your gut, because your subconscious is really just sitting there going, there's something off. I don't know what it is yet. I can't tell you what it is, but you need to get out. You need to go out.
Yeah.
You need to get out. There's a red flag. You got to get out of there. Protect yourself. I just can't emphasize that enough. Just always trust your gut.
It's so scary how often shit like this happens,
and
too.
A lot of people were like, hey, can you maybe give us an update on what's going on? Because we're kind of worried about you, honestly. Yeah. But the thing was, they removed her post, too. So I don't know. I don't know why they removed it. Did it say?
It's they never give a reason. It's always there's never an actual reason. So
it's either like the OP.
It's just the moderators. That's the reason.
Or the moderators did.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know why.
Well,
and then they locked it. So
yeah,
damn,
that sucks.
There might be an update later on, though.
I hope so. It's kind of like that woman who was pregnant, and both her husband and her father-in-law were convinced that she was going to die in birth. And the whole entire internet was like, they're literally trying to kill you.
They're trying to, the father.
And then we never got an update. And I always think about that poor woman.
I think about that story.
That was a year ago. That was a year ago.
Yeah, that was a fucked up one.
I think about that story often.
All the time. Yeah.
Way to bring us down, Sam.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, I mean, God. Honestly, that story probably sparked the inspiration of this whole podcast.
I mean, definitely. I think so.
Because that's when Sam and I started sharing Reddit.
We definitely talked a lot about that one.
Yeah.
Well,
that I think about that story so often, because if no one knows what we're talking about, there was a story on Reddit around last year of a woman that was pregnant, and her father-in-law and husband were very, very, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Paranoid is not the word, but they were planning for her to die.
Literally during childbirth.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like they were planning, like, I don't know how to explain it.
They had her literally go through her clothing on what she wanted to donate and what she wanted her husband to keep so that they could move it to storage so that her husband wouldn't have to deal with it after she died. They were adamant.
Like, supposedly the husband just had a big fear of her dying during childbirth.
Because his mother had.
Yeah.
His mother, but that's the thing. And that's where, like, all the women in the comments were like, so his mother died in childbirth giving birth to him, but it also sounded very suspicious because the father was there. His father was there for that. Mm-hmm. So everyone kind of like was under the assumption that like he said or did something in the hospital to make it so like if she needed to be resuscitated, she wasn't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. And then also, because they had that conversation and the father-in-law basically said, the baby is more important than you.
Yeah.
The baby's life is more important than you. But she didn't have any
health issues. Like, that was the bananas part.
She was fine.
Like, she was like, beautiful, healthy baby and woman. You know, like, they were planning. They were making her, sign a will. And there was no reason for it.
Yeah.
They were planning on her dying or something bad happening.
Yep.
And, like, signing her rights away before the baby was even born. It was very weird.
Yep.
Definitely look it up.
And the father-in-law wanted to be in the delivery room.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And everybody was like, you need a restraining
over her own
order.
Mother.
Yep.
Which made no sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over her own mother. You want, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's right. Because he said that the father needed more support than she did.
Emotional support over the woman that's giving birth. She's projecting a baby out of her body, but the father, needs more emotional support than the mother to be.
And maybe in the future we'll go back and read this story and actually talk about it. So we're not, because now we've just derailed completely from this other story. So let's
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think we could even find it?
I can.
Probably.
I bet I can. Yeah.
But
all right,
we're gonna wrap it up here. We will be back for a full episode Wednesday. So yeah, we'll add this to the books and see if we can find that and scoop it up, maybe as like a Reddit classics or something. But yeah, we'll catch you guys this Wednesday for a full episode, including more of Sushie's Layers of Deception and a update to a previous submission. So yeah,
Spicy
indeed. Catch you guys.
Tune in on Wednesday. That sounds great.
Bye.
bye.